All right, welcome everybody to our second feature match for week two here, Tarkir Dragonstorm League. We got Emmett F here, so longtime league player. He's representing Just Guy this time around, up against Ethan L, who's having a second go at it here for Abzan. So they were defeated earlier, but they're back. What's Ethan looking at here? Looks like a mulligan at least to start.
Yes, it's a double mulligan, so he's gonna be putting
Mm,
two back to the bottom here. First hand had two lands. I think they weren't the right colors, maybe. Second hand had six lands, so we're down to five here. He's
okay.
got a Jeskai, or sorry, a Sultai build. It looks like. Think Twice, Salt Road Skirmish, Broken Wings, and Abzan Devotee. So maybe a white splash, but I guess
Okay.
we'll find out.
Yeah, so a lot of white cards here for Emmett. He's got another plains. Those are his only lands, are plains. He's got a Riling, Dawnbreaker, Arishan Sunshield. He's got Baron Step Siege, which is the black-white siege. And then he's
Ooh,
got, I think it's the first time it's appeared in a hand in a feature match, but Duty Beyond Death, which became
oh boy.
bit of a soapbox card. I think people thought that I said it was like a terrible card, but I don't like it, but I don't think it's terrible.
I think you have to it goes in a very specific deck. Like you don't just throw it in any white deck. But
Yeah, so I do these like funny, like silly little like awards before the set comes out. They're basically just like hot takes or whatever. So I just listed that as like the card that like I never want to play, but when my opponents play it, will always like dominate
oh
me
yeah.
because it's like it's just
I
not the type of card that I am attracted to. But I know people will blow me out with it, and I've yet to see it really do what you imagine it could do at its best. So I've yet to see it shine. I mean, I've seen it like, I go for removal and they sack their token and save their big thing. But like that's just like any protection spell basically is doing that better because you don't have to
right.
sack a creature.
I did
Like I'm
I did get
imagining,
wrecked.
yeah,
I got wrecked by it in one of my pre-release games. But I was probably losing that game anyway, so it's kind of like a win more at that point.
yeah. Well, so yeah. Anyway, in the meantime, not much castable here for Emmett. He's drawn two Twin Moss Stormbirds. That's the one with the red omen, but yeah, so he's got his Arishan Sunshield, Baron Step Siege, uncastables here. Static Snare is castable. Uh, Looks like he may just go ahead and do it immediately. Yeah, have you seen
Yeah.
this Sidisi do anything? It seems quite finicky.
I I had it in it may have been an early sealed build that I did. It was okay. Um If you can get the right, yeah, if you have enough self mill and you can start looping, I think like you need like the Wayfarer and you need a couple of praisers to really get the self mill going and then get back some of the value creatures. But I think it can do something, but requires
Yeah.
a lot of stuff.
Okay, so he is going to do the Duty Beyond Death here, but it's like, how incredible was that? It wasn't like, it wasn't a blowout
Yeah,
here. The Abzan Devotee comes right back to hand.
yeah.
The token is a 3/3 now. Yeah, Sidisi, I'm not sure. I haven't had the chance to play with it. I've seen it in packs during drafts and just not taken it. I mean, turn two it can't be that bad as a 1/3. And then late game it can maybe do something, but it seems very specific as to what it offers. And also in the middle turns it's just bad. Like turns like 3, 4, 5, 6 is just like
Right.
it has no text basically.
I think I've had a couple opponents play it against me and I don't think ever activated the ability.
Yeah, like if you're in like a league match that's gone to like turn 12 and then like your graveyard's full and then you suddenly draw it, it's like okay, yeah, I might do something, but it's not going to break the game. It's just going to give you like a little bit of value.
Because yeah, you need two specific pieces. You need the creature on the battlefield and then the creature with that +1 in your graveyard.
So
So
what?
like that
So what does Ethan
combination
have
of
left in hand
actions.
here? Is it cards he can't cast? Is that what's going on?
He's missing blue at the
Yeah,
moment. He's gotta think twice, and he drew a Moraine River Regent.
those are good cards, but
In
unfortunately,
addition to
not too
he does
useful
have
here.
a Broken Wings to deal with this static snare if he wants
Okay,
to in response.
he may want to. He may want to stop the dragon that's in hand here. Oh, he's just going to do it right away so that it stays blocking. Yep, that's the right way to do it. Yeah, so Emmett does have he can cast his Baron Step Siege now, but it's not doing too much yet. Needs more creatures. He does have Clarion Conqueror, which is a pretty nice one. 3/3 flying that just shuts down abilities. It does shut down his own creature's ability, but also his opponent's.
Yeah.
It also shuts down the Mardu Monument. In the meantime, Ethan's getting starting to get low here. At least this devotee stands in the way.
Yeah, if he can find another blue source, he can hardcast the River Regent.
Yeah, that'll definitely catch him up a little bit.
He also drew the Sarkhan's Resolve as well.
All right.
So it's just gonna try
Yeah,
and
Emmett does have
find.
two 5/4 flyers in hand, so that's potentially pretty scary. Looks like he is casting the Omen here. He's not just gonna like hope that he's gonna randomly draw an island. Rather just
Yeah,
see three new cards.
none of those three cards were an island, so it probably ended up being a good move.
Yeah, I think omens are kind of like the type of thing. It's like people don't want to play them because they want their dragon, right? Like they don't want to shuffle their dragon back in their deck, especially their rare dragon. But like that's the mark of like a player that knows what state the game is at, that can just uh cast it as an omen and just give up on being able to play it as a creature realistically.
Right. Yeah, unfortunately, Ethan wasn't able to find enough there. He could have cast one creature, but he had a worthy
Yeah,
whatever the sack removal spell is, but
worthy
not enough
cost.
to
Yeah.
get on board. Yep.
So we got just about as close to a two color deck as you're going to see here. He's got the Sonic Shrieker, the Mardu Dragon. He's got two of the Twin Maw Stormbrood with the red sorcery, and that's it. It's otherwise it's white black. So, so he's really only
Oh
got
yeah.
one card his entire deck that absolutely requires red to be cast.
Ethan's straight Sultai. I
Okay.
did see he's going pretty all in on the self-mill theme. He's got a couple Wayfarers. He's running the Ripples of Undeath, which is the Modern Horizons 3 card from, I guess is on the bonus.
What does that do again? At the beginning of
Uh,
your upkeep, you mill three cards,
yeah, I believe it's a non-optional. You have to mill 3,
and
and
then you could
then
pay mana.
pay 1 and 3 life to return one of them to your hand.
One of the cards milled. It has to be a creature, though, right?
I don't remember.
Oh. I assume if it's a
Probably.
mono black, black usually can only get creatures from the graveyard.
Yeah,
Other
probably.
colors can get different types of permanents, but as far as I know, black only gets creatures or sometimes planeswalkers. But black doesn't mess around too much getting other types of cards. All right, that's interesting. I mean, that was like a 0 in MH3, like just like a
Yeah,
straight
this
F.
is not a playable card.
So we'll see. I mean, I want to I kind of do want to see it in play, just
Oh yeah, me too.
out of
It was in
curiosity
his
here.
initial hand that he mulliganed in game one. I was hoping we would get to see it, but
Yeah,
didn't quite have the lands.
yeah. So Emmett's really like low to the ground as you can be in a sealed format here. So he does have a few like a bunch of 5-drop cards, but he has a good amount of 2 and 3 drops. He has a couple tricks. He has some combat tricks. It is one of the more assertive decks that you're going to see right now, at least in week 2. There's not too many decks that are going to be as assertive as his. Looking at the records, Emmett's at 5-4 and Ethan's at 4-5. So pretty even matchup as far as amount of cards in the pools at the very least.
Yeah. Some other notable cards from Ethan's deck is he's got the Deval, the
Okay.
Multi-mythic dragon, as well as 2 copies of Lion Weight as a way to get some creatures back. Also doubles as a removal.
Yeah, this is really a pretty disciplined deck build. I just see Anafenza, the new one, and the Baron Step Siege as rares.
Mhm.
So this is the kind of pool that I think a lot of people would be tempted to do a lot of other stuff with. Looking at some of the rares here,
Right.
he's got the Lotus Light Dancers, he's got Parination, New Way Forward. I think a lot of people would be tempted to do a lot of different stuff with access to all those funky 3 color cards. He's also sadly got 2 Mox Jasper sitting there in the sideboard.
Ah, I would certainly be one of those people who'd be tempted
But
to
yeah, I see
play
a
away.
lot of dual lands. I see a couple tri lands, multiple monuments. I think a lot of people would build this deck pretty greedily, but he's gone pretty low to the ground. He's just focused more on curve and having some tricks. I will say not too much removal here. So
I mean, against
if
some of the slower 5-color decks, probably is a good call. Just curve out with creatures, get
yeah,
in before.
if he doesn't get like really far on the front foot, he may have a bit of trouble with some of the more value decks that can get some
Right.
board presence early. Um, but he does have tricks to push through. So interesting. Like I said, probably the most assertive build I've seen so far, and definitely the least greediest by a mile. I think he put in another Lightfoot technique. I didn't catch what he took out though. So I guess he said, I just want another trick. With these type of
Wow,
decks,
he is.
there's as long as you have enough early creatures, there's almost no cap on like how many 2 mana combat tricks you want to play. So what's
He
Ethan
very
got in hand
quickly
here?
mulliganed. Very
Mm,
quickly mulliganed down to 5 once again.
again, no.
The first hand, I think he had 3 lands that were all his colors, but I don't think he had a creature. It was just interaction. Uh,
Yes. So this
and
card
then just
basically has endure, but you can only get the one.
right. So he's gonna just look for something to do with this under the skin, and he
Is that a dead weight that
fortunately
he
found a
picked up
dead
there?
weight.
Okay.
Yes.
Any
Other cards in
creature?
hand are.
Yeah.
He's got a Host of the Hereafter and a Worthy Cost and a Swamp are the other 3
All right.
cards, and just
And
the
is
dead
there a
weight.
creature under the manifest there? Or
There's not. It's a
okay,
winter. It's the rare draw 3 discard
okay,
uh creature or
yeah.
discard 2.
So Usher the Fallen coming in here. Looks like he's just going to trade it off and then play his Kintry Nurturer, and then next turn he can deploy his Pack Beast, one of my faves. Yeah, so he's got Kintry Nurturer, 3 lands, and the aforementioned Pack Beast in hand. So he can actually go Nurturer, make another token, and the auto tapper almost betrayed him there, but he caught it.
Wow,
Look at this. Turn 4, we
so
got
that's a lot of
6
creatures.
creatures in play, and we've drawn a card. And he's got Bearer of Glory now that he just drew too for the board pump. So this is a pretty scary start here. Like the majority of decks are just not going to be equipped to deal with a start like this. Will he get a start like this every game? Uh, Probably not quite, but you know, this is. I mean, Emmett does have Wanderer Strike in hand. He could just get rid of this 4/4 attack for whatever it is, 11. He also has Duty
Yeah.
Beyond Death as well, so this is gonna be this could get
Wow.
messy here. So he's gonna go for
Yeah.
the Bearer
No.
of Glory play. He's gonna attack all. He's gonna Duty Beyond Death. Whatever gets blocked, I'm assuming. Yeah.
Right. This will push in a lot of
Oh, and now
damage.
the Wanderer Strike next turn will proliferate all the counters on his creatures.
This is 14
Yeah.
damage.
And then next turn, Wanderer Strike
Wow.
is exile a creature, proliferate.
And proliferate. Yeah.
So
That's wild.
I mean, when you have this type of start, Duty Beyond Death does is just an absolute beating. Interesting. Oh, because his creature gets indestructible, so he just sacked a different one. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, this game, unfortunately, unless he has destroy all creatures, is coming to an end here.
He has an Icy Blast here,
Icy Blast, that'll tap
but
down a bunch of the creatures. Okay.
might just be prolonging the inevitable here, but we'll see what he can do.
I mean, does he have the 8 mana board wipe in his deck that he could draw to?
I
Probably not.
did not see that in the when looking at his deck.
That one's
So
just
yeah,
like
it's gonna
I've
be
I've
tough.
run into that a couple times in League, and that one's just like the one that just makes you shake your head and be like, "Why is this happening to me?" Okay, looks like he's gonna go for the strategic betrayal that he drew rather than Wanderer's Strike. I think
There is a Snakeskin Veil in Ethan's hand, so that's
so. The strategic betrayal actually gets around that because it's
what's
target
strategic betrayal.
player
Oh,
sacrifices
okay, that's the
exiles a
exile.
creature and their graveyard.
Yeah,
And the proliferate will also fizzle.
yeah.
Okay, so
Wait, he decided not to cast
I
the.
think he just needed to icy blast for the max, which is 4. Unfortunately, I think he needed to icy blast when he still had the creature, though, right? To make sure they were locked down for a full turn.
Yeah,
Because I believe if you have
just do.
ferocious, it actually locks them down for an extra turn. Yeah, that was a bit of a mistime there, and
Yeah,
I mean,
unfortunate.
even if it did work out, he would need to play many creatures consecutively
Yeah,
to come back to
he's
that game.
definitely on the
So
back foot.
a small mistiming there of the spell, but not a fatal mistake, but just an absolutely impressive start there by
Yeah.
Emmett with
Wow.
his 2 color deck. So very convincing victory there. Congratulations to Emmett and the Just Guy, and we'll see you back in a little bit for our final match of the week.